Imagine a US Navy pilot 90 minutes before a live combat mission, falling asleep in under 2 minutes. Meanwhile, you're in a quiet bedroom and your brain still won't shut off. So I tested the military sleep method for 30 days straight, tracking sleep onset, deep sleep, and morning energy every night. And on day 23, one small tweak dropped my sleep onset to under 4 minutes. But before that happened, I almost quit the experiment completely. Let's get into it. Quick clarification, because I got this wrong at first too. When I heard military sleep method, I assumed it was basically a breathing trick with a cool name. It's not. The method is usually credited to Lloyd Bud Winter, who worked on helping military pilots fall asleep under high-stress conditions. The point wasn't comfort, it was performance under pressure. And the system is simple. First, release physical tension, then reduce mental noise, then use a short internal cue to keep your mind from spinning back up. That sequence matters. If you rush it or do it out of order, the method gets a lot weaker. Here are the 3 phases. Phase 1, physical release.
You start with the face, forehead, eyes, jaw, tongue. Then move down through the shoulders, arms, chest, legs, and feet. The goal is not kind of relaxed, the goal is heavy. Phase 2, mental blanking. Winter described a few options, like lying in a canoe on a calm lake or resting in a dark hammock. And if visuals don't work for you, you can quietly repeat, don't think, don't think, don't think. The point is to give your mind something simple enough that it stops chasing tomorrow. Phase 3, a short verbal anchor. Just a brief internal cue that helps lock the physical release and mental quiet together. Now, the famous claim around this method is that after weeks of practice, it worked for most trained pilots. Maybe, but that's also a very specific population in a very specific environment. So instead of arguing about the headline, I wanted to see what happened in real life with a normal, stressed, screen-heavy adult schedule. So I tracked 30 days. And week 1, not impressive. My average sleep onset was 24 minutes. That was frustrating because I expected this to feel like a switch I could flip on day 1. It didn't. Here's what was going wrong. First, I kept skipping the jaw release because it felt too minor to matter. Bad call. Second, I was jumping into the visualization too early, before my body had actually settled. That was the real lesson of week 1. This method works more like a sequence than a hack. If your body still feels on, the mental part doesn't land the same way. Week 2, after fixing those 2 mistakes, my average sleep onset dropped to 17 minutes. All I changed was this. I slowed down the physical release, spent more time on the face and jaw, and didn't move on until my body felt genuinely heavy. That alone cut 7 minutes. Then week 3 got interesting. Average sleep onset, 9 minutes. Deep sleep was up from baseline on my wearable, and for the first time in a long time, I had multiple nights without waking up at 3 a.m. That was the point where this stopped feeling like a viral sleep trick and started feeling like an actual protocol. By week 4, I was consistently in the 6 to 8 minute range, and my morning energy score had climbed from 4.8 to 7.2 out of 10. That is a very different day-to-day experience. But I also want to be honest, the method did not work perfectly every night. 3 nights in week 4, I was back over 30 minutes. Those were high-stress deadline days, and that exposed the limit of the method. If you show up to bed mentally wired, this protocol can help, but it may not fully rescue you. That was the missing piece, and it's exactly what led to the day 23 breakthrough. Because once I added one simple step before the original method, my sleep onset dropped under 4 minutes for 3 nights in a row. Here's the optimized version I would actually recommend you use tonight. Step 1, a 10-minute pre-sleep primer. Before the method starts, do 10 minutes of box breathing. 4 seconds in, 4 hold, 4 out, 4 hold. Think of this as a transition step.
If your brain is still running on work mode, email mode, or scrolling mode, this helps you come down enough for the method to actually work. For me, this was the missing link. Step 2, top-down physical release. Start with your face and go slowly. Spend extra time on the forehead, eyes, tongue, and jaw. You do not need to overthink the anatomy here. Just know this, a lot of people hold more tension in the face and jaw than they realize. Then move down through the shoulders, arms, chest, stomach, legs, and feet. Again, the target is heavy. If you still feel alert, you're probably moving too fast. Step 3, use one visualization only. For me, the best option was not the canoe or the hammock. It was the black room. Picture yourself lying in a completely dark, quiet space with nothing to focus on. No scenery, no details, no story. That's why I think it worked better. It gave my brain less to do. The more detailed the image, the easier it was for my mind to start wandering. The black room kept things simple. Step 4, add the verbal anchor. Once you're in that dark room visualization, repeat slowly. Don't think, don't think, don't think. Not forcefully, just steadily. If thoughts show up, don't wrestle with them. Now for the day 23 modification, the one that made the biggest difference for me. Right after the physical release and right before the visualization, take one slow nasal exhale for about 6 seconds. Just one. That tiny pause made the transition feel smoother, and for me, it was the difference between more relaxed and actually dropping into sleep. I can't promise it'll do the exact same thing for you, but in my test, that was the moment the whole system clicked. So if you want the practical version, here it is. 10-minute box breathing primer. Full body release starting with the face and jaw. Black room visualization. Slow internal cue, don't think, don't think, don't think, and one slow nasal exhale at the transition. That's the protocol. Not complicated, but it does need to be done in order. And if you give it a real 2-week run, instead of trying it once and judging it immediately, I think a lot of you will notice a meaningful difference. So here's the bottom line. After 30 days, the military sleep method can work extremely well, but not as a gimmick. It works better as a system. Try it tonight, then tell me in the comments how long does it usually take you to fall asleep? And if your bigger problem is not falling asleep, but waking up at 3 a.m. for no reason, watch the next video because that is a different problem with a different fix. See you there.